What's up, everybody? My name is Jeff, and today we are going to have some fun playing Magic, and today we are playing SYR RHONAS FLING. So SYR RHONAS FLING, RHONAS, of course, which is fun. It's not a new card, but whenever it enters the battlefield, double the power of each other creature you control until end of turn, and those creatures gain vigilance until end of turn. So it's just kind of a powerhouse. When it dies, it goes back to the library. You get to play it again and get some more pumpage, which is awesome. What we're trying to do with this deck is we finally have Fling, which Fling is good because it's instant speed. We had Thud before, which was good. You could do it with RHONAS as well. It actually was easier because you don't have to have 7 mana. We're not really trying to play Fling and RHONAS on the same turn. What we're trying to do is just have multiple ways that we can pump up and do awesome things with our Gruul Aggro deck, basically, is what we're trying to do. We're playing like a Gruul pump Fling deck. And so what we're trying to do, we have SYR Farron in here as well, which is part of the namesake, SYR RHONAS Fling. But what we're trying to do is just a really aggressive deck. Gilded Goose to get a little bit of ramp on to get up to our Domri or our Gruul Spellbreaker early. But really it's just Pelk Collector early game, Zirta Goblin, or SYR Farron into Gruul Spellbreaker. And what we want to do is be swinging in, play our Ember Cleaves, play our Collision Colossus, or we have 2 Giant Growth in here as well, which is the main reason for that is because it's a little bit cheaper to play if we do have, if we're trying to play an Ember Cleave down or trying to play other stuff. It's nice to have something that's just 1 mana. If you can pump something up for 3/3 with an Ember Cleave on it, that's pretty good. That's a lot of damage. And so that's really what we're trying to do with this deck, is just a lot of really aggressive, really, just pumping in stuff, hitting in for damage, flinging them at the end, and trying to win. And that's pretty much the deck. That's what we're trying to do. And I actually have not tested this deck yet. This is going to be the first games that I play with it. The one issue that I've been finding with Gruul right now is just our land base is pretty rough. Here's the land base right now with it. Get that out of there. Is we have these four things. We could bring in some rugged highlands which are tapped, but with this aggressive of a deck, we want to have played tap stuff as seldomly as possible. We really don't want to play them ever. So I have 4 copies of Stomping Ground. Fable Patches just felt a little bit better than these because at least after turn 4 we're not putting it in tapped. And then we do have 2 Castle Embereth, 1 Castle Garenbrig, which Castle Garenbrig can be pretty good. We can only play it for creatures, but it can be a way that we can get out, a Pelk Collector before God Eternal RHONAS, or something like that. So anyway, that's what we have. Let's go ahead and get into the gameplay, see how this does for us, and wish me luck. All right, up against Soran. Bring it on, Soran. So I am in Platinum now because the new thing came around. We're on the play, so absolutely this is an amazing hand. We'd like to find 2 mana for the SYR Farron before the Zirta Goblin. Pay 2 life for the Pelk Collector, but we will just go for Zirta Goblin, getting that in because so good. Maybe if we do have SYR Farron, this will be phenomenal. All right, perfect. All right, so Zirta Goblin. Getting a counter onto it makes it better if we're playing against Oko, but I guess just having it be a 2/2 against Oko is better as well. It's because then if they turn into a 3/3, that's fine. A down to 14 past the turn. Is Oran Tomb? Do we find an Oko? Yep, of course they have an Oko. Why would you ever think they wouldn't have an Oko?
I will invert the world to watch kings grovel. It's not poison.
Well, we can kill Oko. Do we just go face though? They can create a blocker next turn, but that's pretty much it. They can trade with something. That's annoying. So yeah, we do kill Oko. I'd like to grow Pelk Collector, but everything at Oko.
Wallow in your deceit.
So this is per attacking creature. So we do have Ember Cleave next turn. They're holding up possible counter magic. Let's go with Gruul Spellbreaker and just swing in. With haste. Throw the Pelk Collector. Dude, it's so good. We have Hexproof. All they can really do is maybe kill Pelk Collector. Noxious Grasp, okay. And now we have Gruul Spellbreaker for the next turn. They do kill Zirta Goblin. Down to 6 past the turn. I mean, we got rid of some mana there as well, which is good. They only have 3 mana now. Yeah, we're in great shape here. They have 1 mana. We have Fling here. We can't Embercleave now. I was a little bit greedy before. I think we swing in with both. They block with Search Goblin. Okay, that's fine. Oh, is there anything they can do here? I don't think so. I think the Fling, though. So we target them first. It always feels awkward. Sacrificing Gruul Spellbreaker. And bam! That is why you play Fling. Whew! Oh, that feels good. We didn't get the Embercleave, but that's why Fling is there as another option. I think Fling was actually overall, like, having that option there did help us in that game. So yeah, Fling is worthwhile. All right, T3C, bring it on T3C. And playing, dude, I'm loving this deck so far. This is a really slow hand. Oh man, we're on the play. We can keep this. So what we can do is Fable Passage, Pelt Collector on the next turn, Fable Passage again on that turn, into, then we can start playing 3-drop stuff. So we also have ramp up to Rhonas, and so like there's some good stuff in this hand. It's just annoying how it's shaping out. So pass the turn, digging for a forest here. I shouldn't be giving them information. I mean, if they have like a Noxious Grasp in their deck, and now if they're scrying for it, they're like, oh, well, we're going to keep that. Keeps on top, yeah. It's possible. Pelt Collector. Fable Passage, pass the turn. So yeah, that was a misplayed scrying then. It's just, sometimes, you know, get the itch. You have to do it. Legion's End? Okay, no. Oh, this is the Doom deck. Uh-oh. All right, well, let's dig for... We do have double green. Getting double red is at least worthwhile, right? This is an interesting choice. What do I want to go for? Surferin is really good, especially if we bring down Domri on the next turn. That's a lot of damage because it'll pump this one for 3. So if they don't have removal for next turn, this is the best play as far as damage goes. I had to play Forest. I mean, I could have played Stomping Ground, but this also means that if we do on this next turn, like if we do find another 2-drop, we can play Domri and a 2-drop with the Domri. Teferi bouncing back Surferin probably. We'll die with Pelt Collector.
Oh, I've done.
Now we can play Domri and Surferin. Gilded Goosey. All right, let's just swing at Teferi.
It's only a matter of time.
All right, Domri.
You think I'm a crazy
Pay 2.
Where do you see my mates?
Take up.
The only authority that I recognize is chaos.
And Surferin. Let's see if they have Kaya's Wrath now. Why don't we? That would be annoying. Man, but if we get out Gruul Spellbreaker as well, which will come down with 4 power, pump up the Pelt Collector, swing in, we do 3 damage. Oh man, this can be so good, but Oath of Kaya kills our Surferin. Man, but that is so much damage if we do get Surferin to resolve that way. We could just go for Rhonas here, which gets in for 6. And then we can Gruul Spellbreaker on the next turn. I think that they're playing the Doom Foretold deck, so I want to get out more permanents. So Gilded Goose is a good one. Gilded Goose is actually pretty fun with Domri as well, because it does get 1 power, and if we have Rhonas out, we can at least get up with another 2/2 evasive creature, you know. So there is some cool stuff you can do with this. All right, swing in. Do I want to tick up and play Gilded Goose?
Nothing disgusts me more than law and order.
If there is a Kaya's Wrath, that's going to be really annoying. And I like to have something there for the Doom Foretold. Pass the turn. We have lethal with God Eternal Rhonas if they don't have board wipe or something. So, all right, what do they play? It has to be Pelt Collector, basically.
I'll show restraint.
Yeah, Pelt Collector, and that's fine. We are still in pretty good shape here. Rhonas will turn Gruul Spellbreaker into an 8. We have lethal. They don't have removal. We have lethal. Yes! All right, Rhonas for the win. I do have to play green here for it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you doing something?
Can't be countered, which is great. Yep, here is the win. And the Gilded Goose getting pumped up by Domri and Rhonas does create the win for us. And yes! Oh, I love it. Oh man, what a fun deck. All right, up against Bo Nekloni, which I'm thinking this is some sort of, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. All right, we're gonna, oh man. This is an interesting hand. I'm gonna keep this. SYR Farron is really powerful. Having Giant Growths with SYR Farron. The issue though is that Fable Passage doesn't get to go dig for red mana right now if we want to still be able to play SYR Farron. If we had something in the early game, oh man, they have the Pelt Collector. That is another thing I could have tried to fit into this deck, is Once Upon a Time to try to fix our mana, and I didn't. Okay, Zerta Goblin. All right, play SYR Farron, pass the turn. The reason why I'm not bringing in Once Upon a Time is that Giant Growths and Collision Colossus are kind of taking that spot. Okay, Gilded Goosey, which Gilded Goose works really well with SYR Farron as well. It gives an evasive place to put all of that power. Let's go Fabled Passage. And I think we're just going to hold up Giant Growth for defense. Actually, if we kill Paradise Druid, I'm fine with them keeping the Pelt Collector around. And this way we can hold up the Giant Growth for Gilded Goose as well as a blocker. Questing Beast, okay. Okay, Giant Growth. Let's go ahead before this happens. Put down some red mana. Questing Beast is another one that maybe we should throw into this deck. Questing Beast is so good. Dude, there's so many good cards. So yeah, I brought in Gnarl back Rhino because I forgot about Questing Beast, honestly. Questing Beast would be so good in this deck. Okay, we have Giant Growth to be able to pump. We can haste in. Or just get out a 4/4 that we can block the Questing Beast. That might not be bad either. That means that we're further away from Rhonas. If it does stick around, Giant Growth can let us draw a card with this guy as well. No attacks, pass the turn. Yeah, so there's so many ways to go with this deck. I did forget Questing Beast. Questing Beast would be great here. We are going to block, trade off. If they have a pump, which, I mean, their deck seems like it's probably pretty similar to ours. That's pretty good. It's a lot of pain. Zerta Goblin. Okay. Another SYR Farron. That does nothing for us. Okay, counter onto Zerta Goblin. Pass the turn. I think we have a chance if we stay patient here. Swings in with the Paradise Druid as well. Interesting. So this looks like a possible Ember Cleave. Okay, pump up the SYR Farron. Yeah, they're holding up Ember Cleave for sure here. Yep. And that's game. Yep, good game. They had the pieces that we did not. I kept a pretty bad hand, honestly. Still fun though. So I did realize that there were some things I'm missing in the deck right now though. Once Upon a Time was one thing, and then Questing Beast is so good, especially with the ability with Ember Cleave that you kill any blocker with the first strike. definitely fits best in that 4-drop slot. And not only that, but then also being able to swing past anything with 2 power or less does make it pretty evasive. So that is one thing I would change up. I want to keep the deck how it is though, because it's still been winning for us. It still is a good deck. There are just a couple things that would maybe be a bit better. And like I said, this is my first time playing it, testing it out at all. And so this is why you test it out. Of course, I'm testing it out while playing in ranked, but you know, whatever. Opponent's going first, but this is good. I mean, I like what we have in this hand. So yeah, we're going to keep it. Really like Domri for turn 3. Opponent down to 5 cards. That is great. Said oops. Oh. Boo. Well, let's hope that this stays alive with the counter. Knight of the Even Legion. Swings in with Dreadhorde Butcher. Yep. Alright. Kill the Butcher. That's an interesting play. It lets their damage go face instead, I guess, but like it's still a pretty interesting play there. Alright, so Domri. Play Pelk Collector.
Have at it, boys.
And pass the turn now. I mean, yeah, this is okay. We have another Domri, so if they do swing in with Knight at Domri and Pump, we're fine letting it go. Then we can bring out Domri and maybe trade off Pelt Collector with a Knight of the Even Legion. It may be better for them just to play. Yeah, so we're gonna say no blocks. If they spend their turn pumping a Knight of the Even Legion, and this is a way that it doesn't actually give him a counter, it's not that big of a deal.
Expect me to tuck my tail between my legs.
Do I want to trade off Pelt Collector for the Knight of the Even Legion? Do I feel like I can beat this deck as is? We have more cards in hand. Theoretically, we're favored. So let's go ahead and swing in. And we're going to end up with Domri at 1, hopefully. We'll see how this goes. Whatever they draw, and if they find another Dreadhorde Butcher, then we're in a lot of trouble. If we hit land, though, we can at least kill it with like a fling. Robber of the Rich. Yeah, that's bad. We're going to have to kill that now. Oh, they got a Rhonas. How about that? I can't even do the Gilded Goose here. Oh, man, they got a Rhonas? Dude, the mana base in this has been rough. They do have to attack in with this Robber of the Rich in order to play the Rhonas. So they already have to go to Ah! Alright. Probably making us discard a card. They don't have any cards to discard. Discard a card. We're so far away from this Rhonas. The Embercleave is more possible than Rhonas. So, I mean, get rid of it. They've gotten 2 out of our deck. They did sacrifice the Robber of the Rich. Very interesting. Pass the turn. We have an Embercleave to discard as well. Yeah, no blocks. Take it. They may try to draw a card here, which each player discards a card. I'm surprised they're not wanting themselves to draw a card there. Plays Rhonas. He's a rogue. I forgot that Wrinkle's a rogue as well. So good. Okay, my turn. Oh, come on. All right, we just hit everything we don't want here. Okay, we're gonna sacrifice a food. Oh, I was gonna do something else. Yeah, I can see that. All right, I meant to tap Gilded Goose to sack it for red, and then fling him in for 0. I was gonna do that just for the fun of it, but then I went and messed it up. And this is part of the issue. I went to GP Phoenix and played. I actually won the two-headed giant tournament. Just saying, with my brother. But I've gotten used to playing, you know, paper again, and so it's actually been a while since I played Arena. So making some mistakes. All right, one more game here. Let's see if we can win with SYR RHONAS FLING. We just have to, with this many pump spells and stuff in the deck. That is one thing, is if you just draw poorly, this deck is so bad. Like it's a very inconsistent type of deck or style of gameplay. And this is exactly what I'm talking about, where, you know, these 3 cards, like everything has to go right in order for a pump to work. That's kind of how it works. Like it's amazing if it works. If you get Pelt Collector with Surfer and you start pumping up with Collision Colossus, but we would have to draw 2 lands off the top to make this hand good. And so we have to mulligan this away because it's too unlikely to have happen. So this we keep. This has a lot of potential as well. I think we drop a Zerta Goblin. Yeah. And this is good. So we get Stomping Grounds. Ooh, oh, this is really good. All right, Stomping Grounds. Tapped, pass the turn. So if everything goes right, Surferin on turn 2 into Zerta Goblin, pump up Surferin, we swing in for 10. Actually, we swing in for 12 because you pump it on top of whatever else he's got. So yeah, yeah, so that's a pretty good turn. And then Domri will also help. Ooh, man, if we get to keep stuff alive, this is insanity. The Cliffs of Insanity. Sorry. If they play Oko, we may just be okay. The issue is Oko can steal one of our things as well. Let's see what they've got. If it's Questing Beast... Questing Beast is annoying. We can deal with it though. Vraska's annoying. We can kill it with the Zerta Goblin at least.
You should leave before I make you disappear. Oh, it's not often I'm outmaneuvered.
Alright, Zerta Goblin with the hastiness. Swing at Vraska.
I guess today's your lucky day.
Pass the turn. Oh man, all of our hopes and dreams gone. It's a bummer. That really is the important thing about Magic, though, is like you can build a deck that, if everything goes right, is like a seriously broken deck. But that's the thing, is in Magic, nothing really goes right often.
Those blind to tyranny are lost.
So we can play Domri, kill the Goose, swing in at Oko, and that's pretty good. We can even pump. We have mana to pump and kill Oko. So yeah, that's what we do. Castle Embereth is nice. Okay, yeah, holding up green mana, good. Don't have like a quench. Okay, if they had a quench, that was just gonna be annoying.
Let's just fight.
All right, kill Gilded Goosey. Oh, are you serious? This is people are playing that main deck, huh? I mean, I guess if it's the best thing that kills Oko. Ah, for the love. We seriously had like an amazing hand, but it's just, it doesn't do much against that. Noxious Grasp was a really good card, and that's one of the benefits of playing. Yeah, okay, we're dead. Oh, for the love.
We will not fail.
We can, I mean, if I'm pretty sure Domri's gonna die here, but like if he stayed alive, we could have at least played the Embercleave, so then we can play down a Zerta Goblin and something. Like there are things that still let us do okay. Not really, because then Oko just turns Embercleave into a creature. Yeah, we're just gonna concede here. I could have Giant Growth there for us real quick, just for fun, but oh well. All right, so there you guys have it with SYR RHONAS Fling, and the times that it works, like everything just goes smoothly. People don't have too much interaction. It is amazing and so fun. The times that it doesn't do that, it's pretty terrible. One thing we did realize though, I was kind of forgetting about Questing Beasts when I was playing this. I was trying to think of stuff that had trample, but 2 Questing Beasts definitely come in. Probably go down like it's honestly you probably go down 1 Fling as well. I'm going to keep it down in the comments or down in the description the same way that I had it. But if you guys do end up playing this, whatever, I would say that that Gnarlback Rhino probably goes down for 2 Questing Beasts, go down 1 Fling, because Fling is one of those you only ever want 1 in your hand. You never want more than that with this deck. It's just I would much rather have more creatures, more stuff like that. But the occasional time that Fling works, it's worth having 1 or 2 in your deck. And so that's or at least it's fun to have 1 or 2 in your deck. How about that? It's probably not the best. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much, and bye-bye.